Okay, welcome. In today's video, we'll be going over first flight in Kerbal Space Program and launching into space, which is at minute 326. If you guys want to see that, you guys can skip ahead to minute 326, which is on your bar below. Alright, now let's get into it. We will enter the VAB, Vehicle Assembly Building, and grab our command pod. Now, in career mode, we do not have that many items to launch yourself into space, so we'll need to research those with science points. And we will do that with a goo containment unit, which I should grab any moment by now. Those are the fins that keep us stable in orbit, or in flight, I should say. Yep, the mystery goo containment unit. There it is. Perfect. Okay, those are that. You want 3 of them because we're gonna do multiple experiments during flight, and we should launch now. All right, perfect. We're about to launch. Our staging looks good. Okay, we're able to launch. Now, when we do launch, you would want to open a research containment unit, which is what I should do very soon. Yeah, and you want to observe it so you gain science points for your next round into reaching into space. And then we can also take a crew report as well if you right-click the command pod, and then you'll see that at the bottom. Perfect. We're just gonna glide right now. We're gonna glide up, and we will see what happens. We are currently at 72,000 feet or meters, I should say. Sorry. All right. This is perfect. Perfect. Once you reach your apogee, you would want to do another observe your mystery goo. This gets you enough science points for our next flight. Our next flight, we will go into space and just get a bunch of science points for whatever you may be doing next. This is just for your start. Alright, perfect. Alright, now we are turning over. Okay, so if you're worrying about crashing into the ground, you won't. You're gonna press your, or you're gonna right click your parachute, put your minimum pressure to 0.75, and your altitude can just stay at 1,000. Your parachute will deploy automatically, so you don't have to worry. Now, if you see in the bottom left, our parachute is blue. That means our parachute is primed and ready to deploy. You can deploy it now. It is safe conditions. This is what that means. If it is red, that means it's dangerous. And if it is yellow, then that means it's risky. Alright, we're coming down now. We're about to land. Perfect. This is perfect. Alrighty, there's our parachute. It's just deployed. Don't mind the parachute coming out of the thruster. It's all fine. We should land. Nice. And our Jebediah Kerman is safe and sound. Nice. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on an EVA, so you get more science points, and then do an EVA report from Jeb, which gets you around like 3 science points, I believe. I think. Right. Recover your vessel. Press next. Okay. Then we should go to research and development. Welcome to anyone who has joined to our Reaching Space. Right now we are currently researching more items so we could reach space, and we should get into that very shortly. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the whole ship and then just restart from anew. Get the command pod, and we want a coupling, there it is, TD12, put that right underneath the command pod, then go back to fuel tanks, and you want 2 of these small fuel tanks underneath. Perfect. And now you want to grab the swivel engine and put that underneath as well, along with the coupler and more fuel tanks. You want 4 of these underneath this time. So, alright, now I should be doing that, and that's perfect. We should be getting a engine right now. There you go. And then some fins to stabilize our orbit. Perfect. And now we will get our science points, our research materials after the parachute. Not that one. Oh my goodness. Alright, there we go. We want our mystery goo. Only 2 mystery goos for this one. Put that on the side, like on the white lines if you're beginning. And then we want 1 temperature gauge in the back right there. Perfect. It really doesn't matter where it is, but if you want to escape, which is what I couldn't do, escape from the command pod. I trapped myself in there, so I couldn't get out, but that's all right. All right. So SAS Stability Augmentation System. It basically stabilizes your rocket and helps you launch your rocket easier. Okay, now as we are taking off, this is all good stuff. And if you see on the bottom left again, our parachute is red. That means it is unable to open. It is not good if that happens. Alright, we are currently leaving the major part of Kerbin's atmosphere. If it gets red, it's fine, don't worry, it's what it's for. Now, as you watch me go through my stuff, you may notice that I may not have a heat shield. Luckily, our command pod has one already built in, so it's all good and fine. Alright, we should be reaching our upper point in atmosphere and leaving Kerbin's atmosphere anytime soon, which is at 70,000 meters from Kerbin's surface. Alright, we are in space right now. Do another research. That should get you plenty of points, like 9, I think, maybe? Alright, and then do the temperature one in the back. Perfect. Okay, and you may do a crew report. You could do that later, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you're in Kerbin space, then you'll be okay. Now, I made the dumb decision to put a temperature right in front of my exit, so I couldn't do any EVAs or any stuff like that. But that'll be alright as I speed up the time. So with your WASD, you would want to align your dot in the middle. I don't know what the dot in the middle of the nav ball is called. The nav ball is the big blue thing that we're looking at right now. But you want that to be aligned with the yellow circle with an X in it. That is your retrograde. That is the place you'll be going. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But we shall be landing anytime soon. Alright. So now, from this, you would receive a lot of science points, little understanding on how to build a rocket. I'll cover that in a later episode, as well as my commentary techniques, as you may know. But we should be landing quite shortly. Now, in the top left, you see there's a time warp. When you're in Kerbin atmosphere, it only goes up to 4 times, but when you're outside of it, I think you can go to like 1,000 times. A lot more than that. I honestly have no clue. But we have landed. We shall recover our vessel, and it should be good. From this, you see we've gained a ton of Kerbal credits and a bunch of signs which you can use for future flights. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe.